Hey everyone, it's Jamie from Independence Street, NOLA, and I'm here to talk about the new moon that was in Gemini yesterday on May 30th. But I also think this is more of a theme for Gemini season, actually. So, and the theme is integration. So, yesterday on May 30th, which was also Memorial Day here in the United States, we had the new moon in Gemini. And this is the first new moon in Gemini since Gemini came out of the moon's south node. And when planets are in the lunar south node, they are usually there for 2 years. And it signals what we're moving away from. So to me, when Gemini was in the south node, it signaled to me that we were moving away from the idea of duality. And so now that we are in Gemini season, I think it's important for us to start to think about, because Gemini is an air sign, it's mutable air, start to think about this idea of integration and integrating the masculine and feminine sides of ourselves. And I know I've talked about this before, but I also think this is really a key time to think about this and just allow it, allow it to start happening for this Gemini season. When the moon and sun are together, that is the dark, that is the void, that is creation, right? And then at the same time, I'm talking about integrating the masculine and feminine together as one. So we don't see ourselves as masculine or feminine, we see ourselves as one. And that creates unity. This new moon was at 9 degrees of Gemini, and that is in the first quadrant still of Gemini. So this is a young energy. So the more we can start working with it, the better we'll be off. And I was trying to make this video yesterday, but I couldn't get the right words to explain this, and then they came to me last night. So that's how Spirit works. So thank you for tuning in, even though this is a day late on the new moon side. But as far as the rest of our life side, I think we're right on time. So let's go back to this idea of duality. So before, Gemini used to represent duality. Gemini is the twins. Gemini is mutable air. And so the idea of Gemini was that they were just constantly kind of arguing with each other, constantly asking questions. And no matter when you made a decision, you had the other one to tell you that was the wrong thing to do. Duality. Or, yeah, okay, let's just leave it there. And so then they went through the south node, and now I believe that they represent unity. Right? The twins can represent masculine and feminine sides of ourselves, but the twins are here to gather as much information as they can in order for us to make a new decision, right? It's just not left brain, right brain, but it's this idea that when we become into unity, as in, masculine and feminine coming together, we are one, that creates another level, if you will, and that then brings us into unity consciousness. And unity consciousness is important for us to think about, because unity consciousness will move us out of duality. And I was reading my book last night, and it was right here. It was what I started reading about. So then I knew, okay, that's why I waited. It says, communicating from the cosmic state of cosmic state of unity consciousness. The key is to know whether you're in a state of duality or whether you're in a state of unity, in which case you'll recognize that behind all the phenomena that appear as dual, there's a third principle. The unity state of consciousness is also referred to as Trinity vision. Now, It says, from Trinity Vision, you see with hindsight, insights, and foresight as one. And that's what keeps us out of duality. And I will put what book I read this from below. And so it is important for us to start tapping into this idea of integration. It's important for us to start tapping into this idea of unity consciousness. And it's important to start to realize, it's important for us to start realizing that there are more than just two choices, which on one hand, I think we do know that, but on the other hand, I think that we sometimes forget or just don't practice it, right? So unity consciousness, right? Cosmic connection. We are in this age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is the cosmic mind. I believe the cosmic mind is the heart. So to me, this is all starting to take shape. And so for Gemini season, I think it's important for us to really start to see that to start working with this idea of Trinity vision. I don't think it's going to be as hard as we think it is, because we do have the power of Gemini, if you will. Mercury rules Gemini, and Mercury is coming out of its retrograde in a couple days on June 3rd. So that's good for us to start getting this unity, our Trinity vision, a unity consciousness idea, really start integrating it in ourselves, in using it moving forward. Gemini is this mutable sign, right? And it takes us from the maiden season, right? Spring is all about the maiden, and starts pushing us into the mother, right? So because we have maiden, mother, crone, right? Maiden is spring. And so we're moving from spring into summer. So we're moving from maiden into mother, but we're also moving into summer. And summer for us is when the sun is high, and the sun is that masculine energy, right? The sun is Mars, the sun is Aries, right? So it's moving us from maiden, Gemini moves us from maiden and into this integration of mother and son, right? And then ourselves. It could be Mother, Son, Holy Spirit. Ta-da. And so these are just ideas that I really like for us to think about for Gemini season. Again, we're still in this energy of the dark moon, the new moon of Gemini. So I think that, to set that intention, that I'm going to move into this idea of cosmic consciousness, Trinity vision, I think in a state, a state of unity consciousness, Trinity vision, cosmic communication, but unity consciousness. Set the intention to start integrating ourselves, integrating this divine masculine and feminine, start integrating this idea of unity consciousness, and really start working with this idea of Trinity vision. And see Gemini as the twins that are gathering all this information. A lot of times, if you do get stuck in your head, you should always ask your heart, what do you think about this? And see what your heart says, because your heart can think, right? And then you can always ask your mind, what do you feel about this, right? And then what that does is it starts a new conversation going between the heart and the mind, right? It starts this new conversation going of there are more options than maybe I thought of before, right? Especially for Gemini season. It's okay to think, it's okay for this is a great season, right? It's mutable to be like, wait, I always thought about it this way. And now I can think about it this way. And the answer is yes, right? Use this power of Gemini season to move things around, right? Shift things, make sure things are coming into consciousness, right? But also making things stable. This is a good time. It's not the idea that, oh no, I don't know, I can't, make a decision. It's the idea that, okay, we can loosen some things up that need to be loosened and make stronger decisions based on a higher consciousness. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys have any questions, always just feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or here on YouTube, and then again, of course, on my website. So I'll hold up the book. I don't know if I'll hold up the book. It's The Quest of Rose. And it's by Jean Houston, and she's been around forever. And I remember when I was ordering this book, I asked my mom if she had any other Jean Houston books, and she goes, "Jean Houston? That's a blast from the past." Because as I like to tell everybody, that my mom put the age in New Age. So it is a lot of fun for us to talk about all these teachers that have been in her life for a long time and have been like kind of like on the outskirts of my life that are actually really coming into my life right now. So that's also really nice sidebar. But anyway, you guys have a great Gemini season. If you have questions, like I said, reach out to me and we will talk soon.